Welcome back to another Age of Empires game. This is another from the friend that I've casted before, who's been showing a lot of improvement in the past few months. The first game was around the mid-500s, the second was around the mid-600s, and now this is a low 800s game here. And while I do know the outcome because I was spectating while it was being played, I thought it was a good enough game to show because it's a lot of back and forth from what I remember. So in purple here, as the Lithuanians, we have I Will Seal Your Fate, who is the friend that I am talking about, and then Rick Steele 2 in blue playing as the Huns. So, pretty standard stuff from both players so far. Purple's going to the lumber camp, so is blue. So, you know, pretty even skill level here, I think. And, let's see. They both got very flat maps here, which is not something you see often on Arabia these days. Arabia can be very hilly and just overall a pain to deal with. Blue's taking the first boar and just actually might miss that pig. Yeah, Blue's not going back for it. So as the Huns, Blue doesn't need to build. What? Oh, okay, okay. I thought that was gonna be behind the TC there, but Blue fixed it. Nice garrison there. Now I don't know where this guy's going. Okay, well, that was weird. And then there's Purple bringing in his first boar. Neither player's on berries yet, and cool. So I think Purple's going for a Drush build order here. He's learned this Drush build order and has been using it a lot. Also, weird hole in the back here. Honestly, some pretty odd wood lines just around the map. But yeah, Purple's looking to do a Drush here. So we'll see how that goes. And then there comes the second boar. So this villager might go to berries. Yeah, she's got the bull there. Look at that. The hard thing about games I've already watched is that it is a lot harder for me to find things to talk about. But I didn't really watch Blue when I was spectating it, so we can kind of focus on Blue's side of things here, I think. Now, this is, this is not what you want to do. You should finish your first boar and then go to your second, and you also shouldn't kill a sheep while you're doing it. I don't know if that was accidental or on purpose, because he may have accidentally clicked it. And, oh, Purple's scout is idle up there. Now, Purple's got a slight villager lead, and Loom is coming in. I think Purple's ready to go up here, whereas Blue has a little ways to go. But I don't think there will be much, well, I was gonna say there won't be much idle time, but Blue has accumulated a lot. I don't know when that happened, considering you can't get housed. And Purple just had a lot of idle time there too. And now Loom's coming in for Blue, and Blue will be up after Loom, but once again killing two pigs at the same time. But let's see. There's a good amount on that one, and there's not too little on this one, so it's not the worst thing. 5 on each would be like the best, I think, but 6 and 4 isn't too bad. So Purple's just now going on the berries, I think. So I guess this is how the Drush works. It's I've never had an interest in doing that. I prefer feudal age aggression rather than a drush, but it is a good strategy if you can get it to work right. And then you can, if you're gonna go infantry later in the game, you can kind of turn it into a men-at-arms rush. I've seen my opponents do that, and it's really effective. It might just be against me though. Now purple's just made it up to feudal age. Blue's got villagers walking all over the place, chopping as many straggler trees as possible. Oh, yep, here it is. Alright. Now, I don't remember, because he's done this in a lot of 1v1 games recently. I don't remember if this game it was successful or not. He might have lost these here. And Blue's gonna go for a scout rush. Villagers fight back. Okay, if he had focused the scout on that villager, she would be dead. But that's okay. You don't lose anything there, so it's not the worst thing. Oh, but yeah, it dies to the TC. So now you're just down to one militia, no villagers killed. So not the best. But Blue is getting a lot of idle time, and idle eco time. And yeah, the villagers kill the second one. So, no kills. Not the best. Definitely not the best. Now, in future games, I'd like to see the barracks and the blacksmith here swapped. Because you usually want to have your production buildings towards the front of your base. But I don't think that barracks is going to really be used for the rest of the game, other than to make these spears. And for making the spearmen, it doesn't really matter. Because they're going to be in your base anyways to defend from the scouts. Double bit axe. I don't know why I said it that way. But Blue's getting double bit axe for better wood efficiency. Oh, and purple's gonna lose that scout. That was actually a pretty good spot from blue because purple didn't attack anything with it. So blue's pretty attentive, I guess. Some people would just let it stay there. Now, blue isn't moving out with the scouts though, which would be really good to do because purple's still open, and you don't want to put your production buildings like that. You want to have any feudal age production buildings you add, or castle age, as part of your walls. It's better because it's more forward that way, and then you don't have to worry about making a gate, which I know that he does later on. Gates are not usually something you want to put in your walls. At least, especially if they're palisade gates. You can like afford to do a stone gate, because stone gates take a while to kill if you're using just normal units, but palisade gates are a weak point in your walls because they have less pierce armor and have more surface area for melee units to kill. So palisade gates go down really quickly to archers and pretty quickly to men-at-arms and things like that. So blue got a little scouting in on purple's base there. Blue will now know that purple has spears in there. And that was actually the first blue saw of purple's base. So blue hasn't had the best scouting. And then purple here. Yeah, okay. Also not the best scouting, but that's because the scout was killed early. Alright. Very odd walls. I mean, the back is kind of far here. It would probably be dangerous to wall from this wood line all the way to the edge, because the scouts could break in and your villagers may not get back there quick enough to wall behind. But I would just go in between there. It just gives you a little bit of extra space. Now, I personally would not even bother with walls if I'm still making them 18 minutes into the game. Which, or Blue has just, not orange, Blue has just accepted that he's gonna play open. Whereas Purple here is still trying to get these walls up pretty late into Feudal Age, when both players are about to click up to Castle. So you really, like, you want to get the walls up quicker, or just play open. Well, that was kind of just a free kill there. Despite Purple being so open, Blue can't really get any damage here. And Blue's got villagers all over the gold. So I think Blue definitely wants to go into Knights here, because this is a really good food economy and gold economy here. And then you can't really tell what Purple's gonna go for in Castle due to this, but I guess it's gonna be Knights as well because of Bloodlines there. But he should put more on gold once Castle Age gets in. And they're actually both getting Bloodlines at about the same time. Scouts run back, and Blue gets cavalry armor. And makes another stable, which is very good. Usually when you're making Knights... Oh, yeah, I like shoved my mouse there. Usually when you're making Knights, you want to get 2 stables, because double stable Knights, it just gets you way more Knights. If you're constantly producing Knights out of 2 stables, like, you get so many, I mean, you won't even be able to afford to make more. Like, you've got to keep your economy up. And it's a very good strategy for all-in cavalry. To kind of just to end the game in Castle as well. And Purple might actually be doing the same here, but there's no second stable to be seen. But there is a monastery, so if Blue goes Knights, then the monks could do something about those Knights. And Blue's actually finally adding walls. I honestly would just play open at this point. But, okay. The walls will help a little bit, and Purple sacrifices that spear, I guess, to see what the opponent's up to. That's not even finished. Hold on, is that because Blue can't see back there, or because he ran out of wood? Oh no, he just didn't finish the wall. Okay. So that could, both of these sides could actually cause problems if Blue forgets about them. Oh, second TC. See, like, I don't know if Blue's gonna try and wall that in, but that's pretty far to wall. Honestly, Blue might not even care about this side. Blue might just try and wall the sides. Could be because Blue doesn't have any vision on those sides, and just in case wants to board it up, since he can't really see if anything's coming ahead of time. And there's a 2 villager TC going up there. Usually you want to do it with more so it goes up quicker, but Blue's only doing it with 4, so very slow building TCs here. Now Blue's going to have a lot more Knights because Blue's producing out of 2 stables here, whereas Purple's only making Knights out of 1. So you can be as, like, diligent as you want with one stable, producing knights constantly. But if your opponent makes knights out of 2 stables, even just every once in a while, they're gonna have more than you. And blue is getting a Castle Age armor. So blue's gonna have pretty much fully upgraded Castle Age knights, but Blast Furnace won't be in. Blast Furnace might be the Imperial Age one. I tend to forget the name of the Castle Age attack. Tech. Now, what is this? Oh my, what? Okay. Does Purple know where a single relic is? Okay. Purple knows where the middle one is. And could get it, because, you know, blue's got nothing near there at all. So if you're gonna make monks to get relics, you should really know where the relics are first. Because, I don't know, this guy just wandering is a little risky. Blue could just be wandering around as well. And, oh, Iron Casting is the Castle Age one. So yeah, blue wins that fight. Sorry, I missed that. We can go back here. I caught the very beginning of it, but yeah. So blue has upgrades and destroys in that fight. There were also superior numbers, so everything was really stacked against purple there. Now, as I was saying, I wouldn't want my monk just wandering around the map, because there could be some random scout cavalry from the opponent, and then it kills your monk, and now you're sad. Which, for some reason, happens to me all the time, which is why I want to make sure I know where all of the relics are before I even try and get them. But blue obviously doesn't really care about getting the relics right now, because blue doesn't even have a monastery. But this is dangerous. See, this is the palisade gate I talked about. Not only is it very weak, villagers are going in and out of it. It's just, gates are dangerous because you could accidentally open them. They're weak. Like, look at that. They almost got in there because of that knight. And repairing it is questionable. I would just wall behind it at that point. Houses will do a lot more good than the gate will. But so far, only one villager dies, which is pretty impressive for 12 knights being over there. And the monks. Now, two conversions there, so that's pretty lucky. Now, I don't think he runs these back. No, he doesn't. They die. Yeah. So you could have run them back so they could be part of your night mass. But he does not. And, you know, they died the same way all backstabbers do. You know, I was trying to come up with a word to follow that, but, like, whatever. They died because they're backstabbers. So most of those knights are pretty weak. Blue doesn't have a monk to heal them up. If purple got about the same knights, about the same number of knights as that, then purple would win that fight. Because most of these guys are about half health there. Oh, and that is why blue makes a monastery. Alright. So blue's got pretty solid decision making here, and has a better economy. 5 more villagers. Even with this one, I don't think making any villagers. I don't think I've seen anything coming out of this one. But blue's gonna add a third TC as well. So blue's eco is just gonna skyrocket, really. But neither player is very consistently making villagers. I think it's just because blue got the second one up quicker than purple did. And maybe blue created a few out of that one in the beginning and now is using it for techs. Because I haven't seen anything come out of that one. The unfortunate thing is, even with this third TC, blue's only got one TC making the villagers. And once again, a very questionable place for a building. Your castle needs to protect stuff. And the front of your base is kind of vulnerable here. There's also a lot of good hills to put the castle on. Oh. Now, see, that's what I said. A lot of these knights are now one hit away from dying. Just after a few hits from purple's knights. I don't... Oh, okay. So, blue's monk doesn't get a conversion. At all. And purple is gonna win this fight by a mile. Oh wait, blue's monk does not get a conversion. Okay. I had a lot of faith in blue's monk there, but I guess not. So that was a really good fight for purple there. Because blue didn't really have the chance to heal up the monks. I mean, heal up the knights. But as I was saying, while the palisade gate is weak, I would put the castle in the front of the base because there's a lot of good hills here. And if you're going to make latest out of the castle, you want it in front, closer to the fights. Just like how you want your stables in front, in your walls. Also, I think there's a hole on this side, between the blacksmith and the trees. So that's why the castle would be even better in the front. And then, I mean, there's just a lot of holes in both players' bases. Blue did patch up that side, but this villager's been idle for like half of the game now. And there's still a hole back here. Oh, purple's moving in again, though. And wants a little conversion there. But blue's gonna run those back. That that monk may actually die. Nope, okay. And I think that might be purple's now. Oh, okay. Blue's getting lucky. Also. Yeah, that's finally purple's. And now we're seeing latest. So exactly, that's why the castle would be even better in the front, like maybe here. But it's not really on a resource, so I guess that's not it's not the greatest place for it. If you want to protect a resource, then I suppose one of these would be good, but I don't know. I don't like the castle position there. Now, I mean, purple does have enough stone for a second castle. That one could go here. That would be a great castle. That would stop blue from kind of sneaking over here. If blue ever gets enough to do that. Oh, wait! Blue's building this castle through the palisade wall. This is the state of pathing. That's what pathing is now. Oh god. Purple's just going straight in for the TC. And that's actually going to go down. Purple's got way too much for that TC to stay up. But just as blue gets up to imp, blue's actually up first. And purple's evened out the villager numbers and is actually going to take the lead there. And that guy's still building through the palisade walls. Oh my god. Purple's gonna kill a ton of villagers here. Oh, they can't even fit in. This is bad. This is... Don't tell me this one's gonna go down too. This is greedy. Okay, this is bad. This one isn't gonna go down. And in fact, all these units are gonna die. That was too greedy. So purple's gonna throw his army there. And now blue is Cavalier. Which, you know, does sound good against this. But while the attack is high, both of... Actually, wait, these have 14 and purple's knights have 14. So the attack is actually on par between the Cavalier and purple's knights. And then the latest have way more and ignore armor. So blue's not really going to be able to take a good fight here against this, especially with the monks. That's 3 Cavalier that could just become purples there. Oh, look at how quickly those guys die. The Cavaliers stand no chance. That armor may look cool, but it's doing nothing for them. And purple gets the conversion. Oh, and then he's just gonna knock down the monastery to rub salt in the wound. Blue's gonna lose that relic and not have the chance to make monks anymore. Wait, Blue's got atonement! Blue's just stolen one of purple's monks and lost 2 monks for it. Okay. That didn't really help blue that much. That was a pretty bad trade. I think that spearman just died in 1 hit to that latest. I think that guy just died in 1 hit here. Yeah. They, like, the Lithuanian cavalry is just insanely good when you get all the relics they need. And blue actually manages to steal a latest. Well, elite latest is in. Alright, well there goes the monk. And everything is just dying for blue. What has blue got in this? Okay, blue's got 1,000,000 villagers, 4 monks. Just idle. Now purple is gonna lose all of his units again. And the villagers kill the monk. Oh, that monk was really low. Man. Alright, so purple doesn't retreat. Okay. He's gonna knock the monastery down. Or die trying. It's actually gonna be both. Alright. So now purple's down to just 5 latest. But does have... I really... Yeah. I feel like that castle could have been better here. Or on part of blue's base. But... Because you're not using that stone. If you're not going to mine that stone, there's not much of a point in putting a castle on it. Unless you just want to keep your opponent from stealing it, which... Blue isn't really in the state to steal anything. Blue's got 38 gold. And gold veins all around him. He's poor in the midst of riches. I don't think that really made sense, but you know, it sounded cool. Alright, so the latest number is growing. And blue's gonna get pikemen. So blue's gonna have halberdier. And while blue may have that, latest are an insane unit. I don't think that halberdier are gonna do much here. Unless blue has a big enough number, but this many purple will steamroll through just like he has everything else. When did this happen? Why is blue small walling this? Oh my goodness. And that's still not fixed. She's been idle for... Hold on. I'm looking at the spreadsheet here. She's been idle for over half of her life. It's been almost half an hour. She is getting a good rest. What is going on here? Okay. I guess all the... That was weird. I thought that was gonna be some sort of sneak base. I don't know. I mean, you can obviously afford more latest here, but I would make like a spearman and then just throw it. Because the latest is not a great unit to just waste. And this might actually be converted. It will be. Alright. So we're not yet at the elo here where people delete the things that are being converted. I don't really blame it during the big fights, because it probably wasn't obvious what was being converted. I have that problem too. I don't know if there's a way to tell what's being converted out of a huge group, but it's difficult. But there, you probably should have deleted it. Blue has 2 castles up now. Blue's looking pretty fortified here. Considering purple doesn't know about this little hole back here. So, as long as purple doesn't find out about that, what? Heresy! That's like, I mean, I don't even know why you would get that here, but... Okay. So as long as purple doesn't know this hole back here exists, blue is, like, really fortified here. Of course, purple could just kind of run in. Alright, blue's not throwing his halbs, but what? Okay. Yeah, I forgot it ended that abruptly. Jeez. So, yeah, purple does win. Purple definitely had a better position there after all those raids. But I think blue really could have done something there with the halberdier. Because looking at purple's base, purple has nothing to defend against that. If you just make a bunch of halberdier, you could at least push the game back into your favor for a little bit. But I guess blue was just getting tired, saw how many there were. Because I don't think you can really fight that many latest with that many halberdier. You would need more, but if you got more, then you would definitely do well. Yeah. So I just wanted to show that game because this was actually, after winning this, this was actually an elo high for purple here. He's since lost it, but there's always bad days in 1v1s. That's interesting. Wait. Huh. I did not notice that all game. So I wanted to show this because it's an elo high for him, and that was the first game he actually used monks. So, pretty impressive. I mean, obviously, it's no like 2K monk micro, but he told me afterwards that it was like the most micro he's done in one game. So. I think he was sweating the entire time. Very tense game for him. And then blue here, blue put up a pretty good fight, but I mean, you really gotta have walls against latest and knights because they can take down your TCs quicker than you can even blink. I mean, like, 10 units here almost took down this one, but that was just throwing his units. So, yeah. Not the most high-action game, but interesting, I think. Now let's take a look at the APM here. He claimed it was the most micro ever, so I'd better see some good APM. Actually kind of even, but in different points. Like, blue was faster than purple for quite a few moments, but then purple was a lot faster in certain points. Like right here, I don't know what blue was doing and what purple was doing. 27-ish minutes there. It was really only at blue's huge spikes that he passed purple, though, so purple was pretty much the quicker one. Is there, like, a percentage of... No. I want, like, a bar, maybe? No. That's not what I'm looking for. I was looking for, a pie chart, but I think I'm just thinking of the unit pie charts and the building pie charts. I don't think there's one for APM. I don't even know how they would make that. Yeah. So, that's it. Thanks for watching, and, find a nice little place to stay that looks like, this. Fish and everything.